So let's talk about it. Most children are going no contact with their parents today.
So let's talk about it. This is the same parent that thought it was cute and funny to take me away from my grandmother and my uncle, whom I had a very good life with, a very stable life where I was loved, well fed, well groomed, and taken care of. Let's talk about it. This is the same parent that thought it was cute and funny to drag me up the stairs by my hair because I was trying to get away from him to avoid an argument. A grown man thought that it was cute and funny to snatch me by my hair, and as I'm holding on to the railing of the stairs, he is doing everything he can, snatching at my hair to drag me up the stairs. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Not to mention, when I was in middle school, the library was across the street from the middle school. A friend of mine wanted to do a project. I said, I'll go over there with you so we could do it together. I called home via payphone. Yeah, this was the 90s. Via payphone, and nobody answered. I left a message. Several messages letting them know where I was. I even asked the librarian if I can use their phone because I thought something was wrong with that phone, and she said we're not allowed to do that. I was met with such force. I had webs all over my body. I could barely move. I'm crying and pleading, asking what did I do wrong, and they said you didn't tell us where you were. My stepmother decided to delete every one of my phone calls because we had caller ID, and you all know with the little caller ID you can click on delete and all that extra stuff. She did that, and she deleted the voicemails and said I never called and never left a message. Let's talk about it. These are the same people that thought it was cute and funny for only me to have to ask for food. Hello, I'm the firstborn. My name is Candace. And they thought that it was cute for me to have to beg for food, for me to get permission to eat. Whenever I went into the refrigerator, they lost their fucking minds. I wonder why I was the only one that had to ask for food and get permission to eat. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This is the same individual that thought it was cute and funny to choke me until I almost passed out, holding me in the air while his wife is literally cheering him on. Let's talk about it. This is the same individual that quit his job telling people I want to spend more time with my oldest daughter. He quit his job and then turned around and said, because you live here, you have to pay me $20 every paycheck. I was 16. I never spent time with that guy. I was never around that guy. And furthermore, you quit your job and told me I have to pay you to be home? Let's talk about it. Not to mention, my grandmother and her church friends used to always send me money when I was a kid. I used to count that money every day I came out of school. It was about $60, and that was a lot to a 10-year-old. One day, I come home and see that all of my money is gone. I am crying, wondering where my money was. It was in a cute little crayon holder, piggy bank type of thing. And this guy said, well, we had to buy groceries. You needed to eat, didn't you? Him and his wife was working. He was in the military, and they used my money to buy groceries and never paid me back, and didn't even apologize for it because he said that, well, you want to eat, so you'll be okay. Let's talk about it. Not to mention, when I made myself a plate per their permission, and a piece of the fish fell into the dog food. So I picked up the fish and I threw it in the trash, only to get cussed out and asked me why did I throw that away. And that person was standing there watching all of this happen. I said the fish fell into the dog food. Why would I eat that? Why wouldn't you? There's nothing wrong with that dog food. You could have just ate that and yada yada yada. Got cussed out because I threw away some food that fell in the dog's food. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Not to mention, he shamed me as a young 12, 13-year-old girl who just got her first menstrual cycle, and he asked me, why is there so much all over the towel? I said, I am on my cycle. He said, well, you need to stop bleeding so much. I beg your pardon? I can't help it. Well, such and such, she doesn't bleed like that. How can I stop it? Oh, I don't know. You figure it out. Yeah. A man telling a young girl to stop bleeding, menstruating. Let's talk about it. Not to mention, his form of punishing me was taking away hair products so that I can go to school looking raggedy. I already went to school with holes and stuff in my clothes, too little clothes. And by me being the person that I am, I just turned it into a style. But yet, that was his way of humiliating me, is to take away my hair care products. Yeah, let's talk about it. Not to mention, anytime anyone would help me, he would get mad. He would get angry. He would cuss them out. He would shame them. He would guilt them to the point they didn't want to help me anymore. He cussed his mother out so bad because she brought me some McDonald's to eat. I was 14. Again, I had to ask for food and I couldn't eat. I was told I could not eat. I called his mother, my grandmother, who raised me, and asked her if she can bring me something to eat. And he got on the phone, cussed her out so badly, and looked at me with such disgust, as if me eating, him watching me eat, was just a horrible thing to see, a sore sight to see, because I finally got something to eat. I finally got some food. Let's talk about it. Not to mention, he told my ex-husband that in order to control me, he needed to put his hands on me. Let's talk about it. There is decades upon decades upon decades of things I can say. In the most recent situation that just happened in 2022 is this individual thought it was cute and funny to steal my money, knowing that my children and I were homeless prior to this. And the moment I'm able to get back on my feet, he stole my money for a car that he put his name in because he said that he wanted to be a good dad for a change. So he decided to help me to get a car that was in his name so the car note can be cheaper. But because of who he is and his character, he decided to steal my money that went towards paying for the car so that I wouldn't have a car note. And instead of him saying, hey, there's still a $1,200 balance that could have gotten taken care of that day, he told them to come repossess my car. In the midst of me going to go pick up my children, mind you, I said we were homeless. There was no school bus because this was a new home we were staying in, and it was only about a few weeks left of school. And to find that he was behind taking this car and my money and would not give back neither, sent me an email saying, now you're going to need me for something else. Ha ha ha. Start bragging to family members about how he did that to teach me a lesson, and never paid me back my money. Never even gave me my car, even the things that was in that car. He wouldn't even let me get that stuff out. 2022. 2024, I had to take him to court and I won my case, and yet he still have yet to pay me my money for taking my car, for leaving my kids stranded, for the years of abuse that he has done to me. I'm the firstborn. He didn't do this to anybody else like that, not none of his other children. And people have the audacity to act like they forgot why I don't deal with him or the chick that he's married to. They were there, and not one person said a word. Nobody defended the child. A kid. I had to defend myself by going permanently no contact with him and those that associate with him. So yeah, let's talk about it.